Hey, this is Frank with Inward Journey, Outward Growth. And this is some of my very first podcasts. I'm still learning how to do all this. And this is my dog, Gracie, if she comes into the film. You can kind of see him. Trying to figure out how to get my YouTube videos into podcasts or into all the different formats. And I'm working at it, so you might see all this on YouTube, or if I succeed, you'll see this on other formats, but right now it's just on YouTube. And I do in-person classes with Inward Journey, Outward Growth. And right now I'm just taping in my car, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and why I have a lot to say and what it might be. So I grew up in Northern California in the SF Bay Area. And from a very young age, as far back as I can actually remember, I've had very lucid dreams, out-of-body experiences, and lots of different experiences like that. So when I was about 7 or so, I started looking into what all these dreams and all this stuff meant to me, or what it all, not even what it meant to me, but like, am I going crazy? I talked to some of my friends, and it didn't seem like my friends were having as different an experience when they're sleeping as I was. And I ran into some books from Robert Monroe and the Monroe Institute that he started with all these different sound type recordings that could put you into different states of consciousness and then let you experience different things. And he, like me, started off as a young kid having very wild out-of-body experiences, and most of his experiences were earthic, or in this realm type experiences, where he found himself floating to the next room or doing things like that. Most of my out-of-body and lucid dreaming is not earth type dreaming. It's either in outer space, or it doesn't seem to have any feel whatsoever, floating around, creating and uncreating different things in my environment. So a little bit different that way, but it gave me some verbiage to communicate what I thought was going on, and it made me feel better about my experiences, knowing that other people had done this. And I did start getting into the Hemisync tapes and stuff like that as a young man, and I also started writing down my dreams in my 20s all the way into my mid-30s. I realized that after writing down my dreams for about 15 years or so or more, that the more I wrote down, the more I remembered, the more came to mind. And then pretty soon I was writing continuously during the day, and I realized that I need to do other things during the day than just write down dreams. Even though the information was pretty phenomenal and I was getting lots of different kinds of either beneficial things for me, or also for just seemed like I was getting messages in general for mankind in general. So it was a lot of fun, but I realized that I only could write down the ones that really hit me over the head and meant something directly to me. One thing about writing down your dreams is the more you write down, the more you remember, and then the more you dream. So if you don't remember your dreams and you would really like to remember them, then you can start by just trying to write down whatever you can remember, even if it's just one word or a symbol or a thought or a song or anything. In the morning, the more that you do that, the more is going to come out. The more that comes out, the more you're going to dream. It's an ongoing process. What I realized is I'm really here to experience this life and the people and the relationships and stuff that's going on here, and not focus on the ethereal world or all the other places that I go at night. I think my focus should be being here now and being myself and experiencing what's around me. So that's why I gave up the writing down of dreams for a while. I do still write down, like I said, my dreams when I actually had, either it could be the bigger Frank in the sky or whatever, but I've had somebody knock myself on the head basically and say, get up and write this down. So I do follow those instructions. it's the same voice that when I'm driving, it says, hey, don't go this way, go the other way, and all of that. So I do write it down when I hear that stuff. Now, when I was in my later 30s and in my 40s, I went to hypnotherapy class. And I am a master hypnotherapist, and I went to a couple years of training with hypnotherapy. I ran my own hypnotherapy office for about 11 years, helping people with different phobias and, of course, smoking and weight management and stuff like that. But what I really liked about hypnotherapy is it gave verbiage to a lot of the experiences that I was experiencing myself. And then I realized that the trance state, or the different trance states of mind, are something that you can create with hypnosis. And so I was able to learn self-hypnosis really well, and I was able to control my pain management and things like that with hypnosis and the different hypnotic states, which helped me tremendously in my own life. And so I was able to teach those to people around me, and so that they could use those tools too. So I do still do that in this current life, you know, in my waking hours, to help people find, it's not even harmony, but just find themselves, you know, find tools to find themselves and understand who they are and what they can do. So I am passionate about that. I'm drawn to that. I wouldn't say it's my life missions. I'm also a mechanic. I have a shop in Walnut Creek, California, and I fix cars and build hot rods for a living. But I really, really like the mind and the different states of consciousness and where we came from and what we're doing here and all that. So you're going to hear me do a lot of references to cars and hot rods and engines and stuff like that as I'm talking, because it's my world. It's what I know. So the other thing that I did was, when I was in my, trying to place everything timeline wise, but I ran an open forum discussion group for, again, about 10 or 11 years. And this was after I decided that there wasn't a lot of people to talk to about this kind of thing, that it wasn't a normal conversation that you have with your friends or your family, and I didn't find myself in groups that would talk about this kind of stuff. So I created a group called the Open Forum Discussion Group. And it was exactly how it sounds. The title kind of says it. You know, I would pick different topics, and I would talk about those topics with a group of people. And normally it was at Barnes & Noble or any other place that I could get that was a free place to meet. And it was a lot of fun, and we did it for a very long time. And some of the most gathered or most attended topics were on life after death and dreaming and past lives and stuff like that. So we had a lot of fun doing that. And then I had a son, and I started to bring my son to those meetings. And then I realized I really wanted to be a scout leader, so I did a lot of scouting when my son was young. Well, my son is 22 right now, and so he has grown up, and I have time to get back into this. And so I'm going to fire back up my company, which is Inward Journey, Outward Growth. And we're going to see if we can have some classes and facilitate some breath work sessions. I do a lot of breath work, and give some people some tools of different things that they can use in their own life. Not that they're right or wrong or different or anything that I'm not preaching or anything like that. And if something doesn't vibrate with you, then don't use it. You have to be at the same vibration of the tools that I talk about in order for them to really mean anything to you. So if this vibration or what I'm talking about doesn't seem to be your thing, then there are many, many, many other channels and other people you can listen to. And I am not attached to any religion. I'm not attached to any stereotype. And I'd like to think that I'm a fairly free thinker. But I'm going to have opinions, and I'm going to say things that will probably piss people off. And I may say things that people are like, no, I don't believe in any of that. That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. And, you know, when I bring up past lives, I don't know if there's past lives or current lives or more lives or whatever. If it is beneficial to the person that's having the vibrational experience, or having the experience of a past life, or even somebody gets over a phobia. I've had a lot of people that get over phobias when they go through past life experiences. If it helps somebody, if it makes their life better, it makes them feel better, or it brings them out of pain or depression, I'm all for it. I don't really care where it came from. It can come from God, it can come from the universe, it can come from the earth, it can come from trees, come from other people. I'm perfectly fine with it. So that is my shtick, and I'm going to see if I can do kind of blogs or recordings while I'm driving back and forth to work, because it's a great time to talk. And I have my dog here, Gracie, and I can talk just like I'm talking to somebody in the car. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think I have a lot to say. I would love your feedback anytime you'd like to leave it, and I hope you have a great afternoon or evening or morning or whatever it's going on for you, and take care. Thanks. See you later.